are feeling up for it, and you'll join us around the silhouettes over here.
Yeah, hands are dirty.
We have some space over here. So, yeah, it's great that you're all here with us today. Today we're going to be doing louder.
Yes.
Can you hear me over there? A little louder. Okay, so we're here today to do 10 exercises that investigate the permeability of our bodies and the subjective nature of the line between life and non-life.
We will provide a constellation of objects and ideas that will serve as the starting point for these exercises.
And when we signal, please walk with us in a counterclockwise direction. And note, we'll be walking with the rotation of the Earth. So if we divide this up into 4 quarters, we're going to do 1 quarter at a time. So you don't need to move too much.
Okay.
Or whatever.
We tend to see geology and biology as distinct categories, and within that dichotomy, we tend to privilege that which is living over that which is not. But what is the difference between life and non-life? In ancient times, the soul was considered to be the deciding factor. Today, however, it is said that that which has a carbon-based metabolism is considered to be alive.
But from what did life emerge?
The contours of our bodies give a false image of cohesion.
Our lungs are proof of this. We breathe in the world and breathe out ourselves.
Our shadows on the ground hide a permeable threshold composed of billions of smaller bodies within similarly permeable thresholds.
Everyone, please treat your body like an object. Cross your fingers, close your eyes, and touch your nose. So we're going to walk 1 quarter to the right.
With your eyes open. Good point. Point taken. Salt has long been believed to have magical properties. It was long held that in the presence of salt, mice could procreate without a sexual partner, for example. Sailors on ships thus fought tooth and nail to keep mice as far away from their salt as possible.
There has been significant controversy surrounding the saltiness of the sea. To this day, there's no accepted explanation.
But it seems likely that the ocean is salty because salt never disappears. You can dissolve it in water, but as soon as the water evaporates, the salt reappears. So once salt is added to the ocean, it stays there.
Some have said the saltiness of the sea comes from the rocks of which the land is made.
But the origins of the rocks are similarly hard to trace. There's the Neptunus theory that says that rocks form from the minerals in the sea crystallizing over time.
And then there's the rival theory of Plutonism that says that rocks come from volcanoes.
Both are right and both are wrong.
Everyone, please trace your shadow in the sand as best you can. Do your best.
At one point in the day, there was a hardy shadow.
So we're going to walk 1/4 to the right. Most vertebrates have rocks inside of them, and not just salt. We have them in our ears and in our bowels. Many animals eat rocks for different reasons. Gastroliths, they're called.
For example, crocodiles eat rocks to perfect their buoyancy so they can maintain their eyes above water. Archaeologists often find fossilized skeletons with piles of smooth rocks placed inside the ribcage, still being digested by time.
Everyone, please take a rock from the buckets that are the heads of these shadows and place the rock somewhere in the bodies, wherever you think it fits.
Wherever you want.
Some good ones. A bezoar is a stomach pearl. They appear when an animal eats something it can't digest. Minerals then collect around the foreign object until a stone forms.
In the Middle Ages, people who had consumed poison were often prescribed a bezoar as a remedy. It was thought that eating one inedible object could counteract the effects of another.
Many people eat inedible objects out of the desire to control reality. The French entertainer, Michel Lotito, ate an entire airplane over the course of a lifetime. Engine, propeller, headrest, retracting trace, all of it.
Who here has eaten an inedible object in your lifetime?
Without knowing.
Be honest.
Without
yeah.
knowing?
You didn't need to be conscious of it. Okay, those of you who
Out
have,
of curiosity.
those of you who have, please either take a pencil or some chalk and take a post-it that's next to them, and please draw this inedible object that you ate and place it on your body where you feel like it resides today. Well, where's the muscle memory of it? Yeah, no worries.
Have you ever swallowed an inedible object?
Like a screw.
Or a penny as a child?
Draw it. Not that I know. I'm not drawing it at a scale. It's very small.
Maybe next one. We'll get you on the next one.
Followed a bunch.
You can quickly eat an inedible object right now if you like.
I really destroyed my
Where should I put it? Okay, now that we have the x-rays of our objects, we're gonna walk
1/4 to the right.
1/4 to the right. with 500-foot layer of salt.
The word salary comes from salt. The salaried worker is a salted worker, paid to keep working, preserved with just enough salary to work another day.
And today, when unions plant a worker in a workplace for the purposes of unionizing, it is called salting. There are two types of salts in this context, overt salts and covert salts. The overt salts do not hide the fact that they are union members when they apply for the job. Covert salts keep their union allegiance hidden, at least until they are situated.
Morton's Salt has cornered the salt market in the US and thus has an outsized control over pricing, wages, and production methods. They have also homogenized the actual salt being produced. Every grain of Morton salt is exactly the same size, same shape, and same consistency. 2 grains of 2 different boxes from 2 different places found using 2 different methods will look exactly the same under a microscope.
Alright, 45 seconds to go, everyone.
Shit!
If you're crying, if you're crying, get crying. Wait, that's good. That's smart.
Maybe he'll share.
We did not know we could use that onion.
Yeah, come on over. You can come. There's still time.
There's still time.
In there.
Join them by the onion.
Alright, 20 seconds. Are you guys crying? Guys, it's here. It's here. I'm just gonna play the rest of it. 4, 3, 2, 1.
We could have done it.
Okay, let's walk 1 quarter to the right.
Salt. There's an onion.
So, in the book of Jewish law, Shulchan Aruch, the prepared table, it is said that salt should always be handled using 2 middle fingers.
If someone uses their thumb to serve salt, their children will die. If someone uses their little finger, they will experience poverty. And if someone dares to use their index finger, they will surely commit murder.
Everyone, pick up a grain of sand using 2 middle fingers. Okay, and once you've picked it up, carry it over to the center where the speaker is placed. walk 1/4 to the right. Yeah. To come back to others.
Oh yeah, now we can really trace them. So the body as an idea tends to limit our imaginations. We understand the world in relation to ourselves as individual units and particular histories, tastes, and desires. This can make it difficult to grasp concerns that transcend individual boundaries.
It has been said that since we can only experience our own pain, the pain of the universe can't be greater than the pain of a single person. Philosopher Ludwig Wittgenstein writes, I say of myself that it is only from my own case that I know what the word pain means. Must I not say the same of other people too? And how can I generalize this one case so irresponsibly?
Suppose everyone had a box with something in it. Let's call it a beetle. No one can look into anyone else's box, and everyone says they know what a beetle is only by looking inside their own box. Here, it would be quite possible for everyone to have something different in their box. One might even imagine such a thing constantly changing.
But suppose the word beetle had a use in these people's language. If so, it would not be used as the name of a thing. The thing in the box has no place in the language game at all, not even as a something, for the box might even be empty.
Please find these boxes on the bodies on either side and take one for yourself. Discreetly open your box and see what is inside of it. Never show it to anyone else. It is for you to keep and for you to see alone.
In us exists a hole for every object, but all the objects can't satisfy the hole.
Once we consume an object, the void is full, but the desire is only displaced.
There are specific cavities, and then there are neutral cavities.
Take an object from somewhere within your pockets and place it into the cavity that you think fits it best.
And it can't be the box just though. Yes. An object from your pocket